What I think that the monk has a really strong flexibility as like a polar. You're a good DPS brawler, and you're a pretty decent off tank. You feel really powerful once you get gear in your hands. Like the hand-to-hand and blunt weapon variety just fits like the fantasy, right? Like I want there to be more because I think it just will make it cool. I really like the elemental way system. Like I think it adds depth, and you get a little bit of decision making. Nothing that's going to be so overwhelming that you're like, oh god, I need to do this. If I'm not doing this, I'm bad. Last update on the monk, I liked the way of fire and how it now feels like it actually has meaning. Way of earth and stone stance synergy feels really great. So like if I'm stone stanced up and I use way of earth, I am like invulnerable. I'm like a fucking god when a physical damage applies. Way of the wind is effective and reliable DPS. I like that it feels good. You know, it is my home base. Sweeping kick feels great. I love that I can use it as like we got too many. Oh god, I gotta save my team. Doom kick. It feels nice. The jab interrupt is useful and meaningful. Stone stance feels like a true save the group button. Men feels strong, rewarding, especially with the added AC that you get for 30 seconds after it, because you use it and you're like, oh man, I'm a little bit beefier than I was before because I just like pumped up, right? The taunt is really helpful as an off tank ability, and I like that the skill ceiling exists with pulling and stance planning. It feels rewarding. Feels like pumping strength is the best, but I'd like to experiment more with agility, dexterity, and stamina. Stamina seems like the weakest of those just because I don't need a lot of HP, and I'm honestly not sure at the HP scaling per stamina point. That's what I like. What I think most will dislike / opportunities for improvement. The gameplay is very auto attack heavy. My only two buttons that I press are the round kick and the celestial strike, right? I punch those. I punch things. I want that to be a little bit different. Like it'd be a little bit more engaging than just going bump 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 jab. That's the whole thing. It's most melee. And so like that's the thing that I think it's an opportunity for growth, right? It's not a bad thing. I don't want Pantheon like you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, and you got to turn the mob, you got to stand over there. I don't want that. I want the sandwich combat, but I want to have meaningful choices that apply other than I'm going to punch the thing, apply my buff from my way of whatever, and then I'm going to kick. Combat loop can feel repetitive over time, just like all melee. The round kick animation, especially for Ogre, is lacking because there's not one. I'm sure the humans get to see it, but I don't get to do. I just go boom, and like that sucks. Way of the Wind lacks flavor, but it's really strong. Speed, you attack faster. Neat. I want there to be more in the future, like if that pumps up, if that levels up, if that increases, I think it's pretty cool. I like all the aspects, but I want them to have some depth, future, and potential horizontal progression that goes along with it, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Way of the Water feels inconsistent, especially because it's tied to your celestial strike combined with RNG. Enter the Way of the Water, increasing your cold resistance by 15%. We don't care. Water air capacity, we don't care. It's fine. That's good. I like those bonuses. You know, I can breathe water longer. It's nice. Celestial Vitality activates more frequently and grants you a chance to activate empowered Celestial Vitality. However, we want Celestial Vitality to be on here, but it just doesn't proc on your normal hits whenever you go to use that. So like whenever you get Celestial Strike to land. I think the Way of the Water, if you did switch it to proc on hands, so I impart myself with Celestial Fury, pump my Way of the Water, empowered whatever, Way of the Water, and then now my regular attacks could have a chance to proc. However, if it's scaled the way that it is right now, this is really aggressive. 100 hit points on normal hits would be stupid. Like that like you'd replace healers if you had high dexterity and you could proc like that. That'd be dumb. We don't want that. That would steal roles. Like, why would I play a healer when I can just play a monk? Right? That's stupid. So drop it down. Maybe you can leave the mana, because the mana is not that whelming anyway. When I made this suggestion originally, it would be cool because everything else in the game that is geared towards water is involving mana regeneration. If it just gave the casters a little something, because like they're not taking damage usually, but it's nice for you to top your group off. But anyway, that's my take on the Way of the Water. Feint Death Splitting is slow and can feel clunky. Like, it's fine that it does, but Pulling lacks that smooth FD dance skill that you used to feel like in EverQuest. It feels clunky, but I like that it doesn't fail as much. It's pretty cool. Pulling removes me from combat while I'm a major DPS contributor. I get that that's like probably a trade-off of like, well, the monk is going to pull. Oh, he's laying on the ground while we split. Well, I have to wait the minute and a half, 90 seconds for it to reset. I'm not doing any damage and my group is effectively worse. And then I go out and pull again and I do the same thing. It slows down group combat. It just feels like it can be slow. Really good for breaking a camp or pulling a large mob that's of importance to a group and not training everybody and just being able to pull singles. I have empty ability bars. I have 2 slots not used. There's 2 slots not used up there because I don't have any abilities to put it in. So it's like, I just want them to be filled. That'd be cool. It's nice to see a full bar. Customize the stance aura bar. This thing over here on the left. I can't move this around. I used to be able to move it in the spell book. I don't want sneak to be my number 1. Stats lack clarity, especially with like dex. How does that affect my stance? Does that make my way of the water proc more? Does it not? I'm not sure. Is stamina that important to me? Like just things that I think people aren't sure. I know that there's stats on this, like dex improves your proc rate, stamina improves your health. So that's my like what I think people, what I dislike or most people dislike, and opportunities for improvement where the monk is. And then I wrote potential solutions. Add 1 or 2 optional combat abilities to increase engagement. Fill unused ability slots with meaningful choices and keep my baseline simple, but add depth optionally. So like I can be another attacking thing, right? Think about when you're in EverQuest and you had Eagle Strike, Tiger Claw, Tail Rake, Flying Kick, right? You had all of those cool things. Those are just missing right now. So I don't have anything that was really cool, but I'd love to see more of that. And I think that they can do it better because like EverQuest was great, but after a certain level, you just stopped using those. It'd be better if like they made you start using those things. It would just make me fill my slots up more. But I like that it could have optional depth. Like, oh, well, if you use Tail Rake or whatever the equivalent is, then the mob is snared, right? It'd be kind of cool. Have an option for that. I don't want it to steal someone's role though, so it has to be very careful about what a monk would steal from somebody else in a group. A leg kick, leg strike. Maybe it makes them snared for like 2 seconds. Pretty cool. Pretty powerful in PvP as well. I'll preach this for days. Faction-based monk abilities. Unlock the abilities like from the Ashira. There's monk trainers there. So you have factioned up just so you can train with this master. He teaches you ways or abilities that you can't get unless you've gone through and done some kind of horizontal progression to unlock it, right? You ground it out to try to get there, and now you have access to this cool ability that maybe not everybody else does. You don't just get it, but you have to like earn it. Maybe it's a scroll drop. Maybe it's like you take the scroll, oh, this is an ancient tome. Let me study it, teach you the technique, right? I don't like that as much as get the faction, train with the master, teach you, trade you. It's fun. It's just interesting. Things for like an Ashira, right? You can have a gap closer. They're dogs. This is an actual style of martial arts, right? Dog kung fu. It had things like iron shirt, iron palm, which are standard in some fighting styles, but it's specialized in leaping techniques. So if you were trying to get in there and be really specific and talk martial, like real world examples, make them have unique abilities tied to that faction. How cool would that be? Not a priority, I get it, but would be to have later on. Just food for thought. Just anything kind of cool like gap closer, mobility, skills, utilities, whatever. Elemental mastery quest lines. I love this concept too. We have these ways down here. Everybody gets them. I love that your starter monk gets to have it. You get Way of the Flame, you get Way of Water, you get Way of Wind, you get Way of Earth. I don't think that should ever change. I think you're going to be using them all the way up, but transitioning that to an empowered version as you get more training. You do a quest that gets you access to training with a new monk trainer. So like you go find the Master of Flame and he's like, oh yes, I'll empower your ability. Let me teach you some here. Right? It's like getting a bigger bomb bag in Zelda, right? You're like, oh, I already had this, but now I can do it more, you know? It gets in there and starts getting a little bit more in depth. So like you could seek out your masters of each way. You like maybe fire makes your hands glow. So you actually get a visual light source, because by the time you should be able to do this quest, light isn't really a problem. Earth, stronger mitigation, maybe stun resistant. I think this one should have a mini chance to proc and interrupt. Water, improved consistency or utility. I don't really know what to do with water. Like water, maybe you heal more. Maybe it just happens more. I don't know. Chance to proc a snare, but it adds long-term progression to your class that already has a good identity to it. boom, boom. Whoa, how'd you do that? Oh, well, I did this badass water quest, so my monk way of the water unlocked for me. That'd be sick. But long-term progression and an identity, it makes sure that you as a monk feel loved the whole time, and that as you got higher, you're not just like, well, I'm 55 and I can do triple attack now. Maybe a big boy buff with cycling all 4, like one proc that makes each have a counter. That'd be cool, like the way of like the palm, or like the 4 fingers, 4-hand proc or something. Elemental strike, pretty cool. Don't know what it means, not my job. Rework the way of the water so Celestial Fury allows you to make melee hits while the Fury is activated to proc the effect. However, that should have reduced value, or maybe have a cooldown in between hits, right? A hard number of you cannot proc more than 5 times in this chunk. I don't know, based on your dexterity scaling. Who cares? Option B, keep it tied to Celestial Strike, but make it a guaranteed thing to happen. Every time I press Celestial Strike, I know I'm going to pump 100 HP into my friends and 5 mana. Ways to improve Feign Death. Allow Feign Death to lock in that mob return state. Hey, future Q here. The devs actually fixed this on beta patch 3, so we're just going to go ahead and skip right ahead. Hope you're enjoying the video. Bye. But it makes you split faster. It's skill based. Things that I think people will enjoy more. Right? Increase pull efficiency, reduce downtime between pulls, speed up splitting mechanics. It allows for faster re-engagement. My goal as a monk is maximize time contributing DPS. I want to be punching it more, so the longer I'm laying down on the ground waiting a minute sucks. It's not as much fun. UI quality of life, just allow me to reorder the stance bar. So if I don't want to see sneak on the bar, right, I don't have to. Stat scaling, I just don't know. Strength is awesome, and I'm a brick house of pain. I want to test agility, because like I don't tank a lot, but I wish I could. And then stamina just feels underwhelming, just because it's more health, right? I want to see multiple options, like, oh, cool, you're a dex monk? Oh, you're a procky style monk, right? That's pretty cool. I think the biggest wins, it has strong identity. It gives you some fun decision making with your skills, and it has a really solid foundation for everything. I think it could add optional gameplay depth with like the ways like stance switching. I like that. Or just some extra moves like flying kick and tail rake, whatever. I like that horizontal progression. I think it's pretty cool. Go on this quest, go faction up to earn this rare ability that only dog monks can learn. Improve pull efficiency, monks can stay engaged in combat, add meaning to your group, and then add small but meaningful UI customization of that. Hope you enjoyed my thoughts on the monk. If you want to catch us, we're live Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. Central Time-ish, until the wee hours of the morning on all the platforms. We'll see you next time.